Hi everybody, so in this video you're going to see 5 meteorology students that I teach present actual weather forecasts for a typical broadcast meteorology situation. Now, they are learning about all the different weather patterns that take place across the United States. They are also learning about the different wind fields and how the winds interact with each other to produce thunderstorms, and also the temperature trends for these given regions. We've been talking about it for the past several months, and I wanted to give them a taste of what broadcast meteorology might look like. So we've actually used a green screen for this, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be presenting their forecasts that they developed over the course of a few days, and they are going to present those in front of you on the green screen. Now, what I would like for you guys to do is, if hopefully you've watched through this entire video, is to provide feedback on who you think had the greatest weather forecast and why, and also provide feedback for all the others as well if you feel interested. In the link in the description, there's actually a link to a little feedback form that you can fill out. I also put some extra credit on the line for getting this feedback from the people that watch this video. So if you watch this, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully this feedback will be beneficial to them, and this opportunity to see what broadcast meteorology looks like and for them to have some experience in front of a green screen would help them. So thanks for watching this and enjoy these forecasts.
Welcome San Antonio today. Today I'll be presenting the weather forecast for this week for the next 5 days. This quick picture describes some of the weather that's going to be taking on. We have some pop-up showers going in your area, especially in the this part in San Antonio right here, all across of that region by Fredericksburg and that whole area over there, and be expecting some rain. The next is another picture of it to show you a little bit more. They're slowly making their way up to your region. Be careful today, because there's some pop-up showers can cause some flooding in the area, because there's a lot of hills there, and be careful. As in the temperatures for this morning, as right now, they are about 70 degrees and something like that. And make sure to bring a coat to work today. Later on this afternoon to late evening, most of the storms will die out. Still be watching for the storms. Make sure you bring your dogs inside. The forecast for tonight is gonna be a little more warmer, around 75, and make sure to be cool. For tomorrow's forecast, we're gonna have more pop showers again tomorrow, and more rain. Tomorrow's forecast in the morning, it's gonna be a lot cooler. We're gonna have more of a cooler mass coming in, and it's way more about the 50s, 55s. So definitely wear a coat. And Texas, we're not used to the cold. Looking at Wednesday's, Thursday's morning forecast. There's pretty clear skies Thursday. Not much is going on there, but still keep safe. But in the morning time, it's gonna be pretty hot. There's a large warm mass coming in and to the region, and it's gonna be pretty warm. So be expecting to not have a cold day that day. Later on that evening, again, there's not much going on, so it's more of a warm mass coming in. Later on, again, the temperatures are going to cool down a little more, but again, it's going to be pretty hot for around this time of region of Texas. On Friday, on Thursday night, we're going to have more of rain, I believe, and again, popping on the shower on more of the west side of Texas, so again, watch out for those showers. In that late evening, we're going to have, again, more heat, lots of heat, which is known for Texas. In more of the San Antonio region on, I believe, Friday morning, we're going to have more, not much going on in the region, besides in the north part of the region, more by Austin, not really by San Antonio, but again, watch out if you're traveling up there for business or wherever. Again, for that day, usually warm temperatures. This is probably more average now, going back down to like the 70s, something like that, and which is not terrible weather actually for Texas. Um, for Friday evening, not much going on again. To just have more showers up in the north part of it by Austin and Dallas area. Again, traveling out there, be safe. Um, on Friday evening, we're gonna have a big warm mass coming in where we have like 85 degrees in some parts. If you go more to the southwest, some 90-degree possible down there. And so this again, it's just a look out. So this isn't guaranteed, but again, watch out for these hot temperatures because we gotta be careful out there, especially in the desert parts regions. We're gonna have a little more in the south part. We're gonna have more of a rainy day on Saturday, and again, just be careful because in these kind of parts, a lot of things like mudslides, stuff like that can happen. Um, Again, but more for the temperature, we're gonna have more of a cooler day that morning, and not so much of a hot day that day, which is nice. That day across like from Houston, San Antonio, Fredericksburg, that whole area, um, suburbs too, and some Austin too. Or we're gonna have showers there. If you have business, be safe during that time. And that day we're gonna have more of a typical Texas day where it's more warmer around the 70s. Some parts can maybe reach 80s. And and then I will also want to bring this up too with the current drought we have in Texas too around this area too, and this is why some of the rain is going to be causing some possible stuff in our region like possible flooding stuff like that because we have really dry ground right now because all of our rivers are kind of drying up, and again be safe because a lot of these typical like pop-up things can, especially in this region where we have such a big drought, can cause a lot of possible hazards and stuff like that.
Hey.
To weather in California for the next till Friday. This is the average temperature for the entirety of California. As you see in the lower regions, it's going to be a little bit warmer than the upper regions all week long, but it's not going to be a terribly warm week. With about the highest being down here, it's going to be about 60 at the best, and up here is going to reach about the low 30s, 20s at worst all week long, which could result in some very cold weather, so recommend wearing a jacket. This is it with the wind chill though. And down here is going to be even a little bit warmer with a higher 65. And up here it could be a little bit warmer with about 35 all week long. And then about the middle region on the beach is going to be about the warmest we're going to see all week, but for a very short period of time on late Wednesday, early Tuesday, which isn't popping up right now because it's on Tuesday. But it's going to, there we go, it's going to be about 65 for about 3 hours. So if you want to come down to the beach for about some very nice sand-sitting weather, it could be nice. And then we have the dew point. It's going to be about average across all of California from the top to the very bottom, with about the dew point being about 30 degrees across the entire state, but some parts could see low 20s. Then we have our relative humidity. The top part of California is going to be very humid all week long, about the blue range, which as you can see is about 100. And then the lower region, what you can see is now grayish brown, is going to be still fairly humid, but not as humid as we're going to see in the top regions. So if you want to go out for a walk, it could be pretty pleasant for most of the week. But as you see, it's going to be humid for about parts of the week. Next, we have the precipitation type. Friday, there's not going to be much, but when we go back to Tuesday, we see that we have a good chance of snow and rain coming all the way down from Tuesday to Wednesday. So all week long, we can expect rainstorms and potential of snowstorms if it becomes warm enough. But not much going on Friday anywhere in the state. Then we have snowfall, and this is just purely snowfall, which we could see all week long. This is on Thursday currently. And you're not going to see terribly much. Friday, not much either. But once we go back to Tuesday, there's a good chance we're going to see some snow through Tuesday and Wednesday. See, it's going to start in the top, and as it comes down on Wednesday, we get the potential chance of having 11 inches of snow. That's a very small potential for a very short period of time. And then we have the cloud cover, which the entire state is going to be incredibly cloudy all week long. The top part primarily, but the lower part's going to get the exact same clouds the top part had. So just expect clouds, a cloudy week, not much sun. Stock up on your vitamin C pills. In the top over the ocean, we see that we're going to have a quite windy there, but that wind's not going to really leak into us, so we're pretty good on wind. It's going to be a fairly normal Tuesday, but that's going to be the windiest day of the week. And then we see Wednesday could be windy, just as windy as Tuesday, but the storm's going over and it's not even touching us. So expect higher winds, but nothing major. Thursday we see it's going to be fairly calm for almost all of California. Don't expect many winds on Thursday. Friday is going to be just as calm as Thursday. And then we have our weather advisory warnings. This is for Tuesday and Wednesday. As you can see along this part right here, we have winter storm warnings. So expect winter storms in this area. They've been already called to the weather station. And then across the ocean line, we have small craft and gale warnings, which is up here. The small craft, so if you have a small, like a little raft that you want to take out, it might not be the wisest to take it out Tuesday or Wednesday. Who knows what the rest of the week is going to bring, though. So look forward, be careful, be smart, and wear a jacket.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Alright, welcome to Mississippi's 5-day weather forecast. Here in this video we can see we're going to get some rain this week. We can see it move through. It's going to move through right in here, about middle of the week. The first couple of days of this week are going to be relatively clear, and then we're going to get a small storm that's going to move through. We're not looking at a whole lot of rain. We can see this mirrored once again in the ECMWF high-res models. That is going to also have a small amount of rain move through, a clear early week, and then a little bit of showers. As we move into rainfall accumulation, we're looking at really only half an inch to maybe 2 inches in this bottom portion of the state, but still not a whole lot of rain. The dew point for the week is going to be in the 60s, and that is why we're going to see some rainfall, because the humidity is quite high right now. We can see that the temperatures kind of mirror this, so we're going to have some colder temperatures moving into this week, and then it's going to get hot again, and we're going to see kind of a hot and cold flux the whole week. This is because we have some different fronts moving through. So you can see here, we're going to start out this week in a relatively hot period, and then we go immediately into a colder front, and then about midway through the week, we're going to see this hot weather pull right back through, and once again, it's going to kind of flux all week, but it is going to be a more warm weather week. As we look at the cloud cover that the state is going to receive, it is going to be a fairly cloudy week for most of the week. About halfway through the week, we are going to lose some of that cloud cover, as you can see in the state, and then it comes right back. So it is going to be a little bit more of a shaded week. As we look at the Storm Prediction Center, we can see down here that Mississippi might encounter some thunderstorms, maybe some severe weather, the lower half of the state. So that is something to watch for. After that, this is what's going on today, right now. We can see that there are, in the lower portion of the state, we have some thunderstorms. We have some severe thunderstorms shown by these little yellow blips, but the upper half of the state is rather calm and is going to remain calm for the majority of the week. And then the weather right now is 58 degrees, and it feels pretty much like 58 degrees. The dew point is 50 degrees, and we have a slight southeastern wind.
My name is Jeffrey, and today I'll be doing the 5-day forecast for Medford, Oregon. If you look right about here, you'll see a lot of very intense rainfall, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Nothing super flood warning, but it's going to be a little wet there for a while. Look on this model, you might see some snowfall coming in, maybe a little bit of sleet, just mixed stuff. Nothing to worry about for the most part. Just be careful, might have some limited visibility throughout the days. As it keeps going on, you'll see more scattered showers, a little bit more intense snow, but shouldn't be anything major. Some stuff hitting Southern California, or Northern California, but you should be fine for the most part. Here we have the wind and temperature around the surface. You'll notice a lot farther to the coast you'll have a little bit of intense wind, but nothing major. More inland you'll have really nothing to worry about. It gets a little cold, but, well, you live on the coast, you'll get to expect that, I guess. Here we have the high pressure zones. You'll notice over here that the high pressure zone is coming down right onto your area, and so it'll be really cold there for a couple days, and then another one follows right after that, so, well, you'll stay cold for a while. It won't warm up for maybe a week or so, because, again, another one is following right after that. Just expect some cold weather for a while. Maybe wear a coat, if you even want to anymore. Here we have the dew point. As you can see, it's very dry, nothing major happening. Only about 30 degrees, so very dry air. Shouldn't have a lot of problems with the weather throughout the days. Here we have more temperature that shows that it shouldn't get more than 50 degrees throughout the days. You'll notice it gets very cold in some spots for the day, but nothing to worry about. Again, no major weather, so it shouldn't, no snowstorms or anything like that, and you should be fine. And that's it.
Alright. Hi there, my name is Ethan Reisinger, and I will be talking about the weekly forecast for Calcasieu Parish in Louisiana. It is right around this area, and throughout the week it's supposed to be mid-70s, warming up on Friday and Saturday with a high of 82 on Saturday and a high of 81 on Friday. And then you're not looking like for much of a windy week here. You'll see like Texas will get some wind here at the near the end of the week, but as for Calcasieu Parish, you're not going to see much. It's a pretty mild week. And then for the precipitation, you're not going to see a whole lot of rain. You'll see a little bit like on Thursday, but other than that, we're not going to see much at all. Pretty mild week, I'd say. You'll see a little bit at the far southern, southeast tip of Louisiana, and yeah, so just pretty mild week and all. This is the 24-hour precipitation. You'll see a little bit that there's going to be probably like less than 0.2 inches, so you won't be don't need to wear any raincoats or nothing like that. The humidity is relatively low. This is your 24-hour snowfall for Calcasieu Parish of Louisiana. As you can see, not a whole lot of action going on over here. You see a little bit coming to New Mexico on Friday and Saturday, but other than that, not a whole lot going on down here, so pretty mild week and all. Alright, and then for Tuesday, March 28th, you'll have a high of 75 with a low of 55 in the evening. You'll have some 20-mile-per-hour northerly winds, and then there's a 50% chance of light showers and thunderstorms just before 9 a.m. and then none in the evening. And sunset Tuesday will be at 7:29 p.m. On Wednesday, March 29th, it'll be a high of 69, so a little bit cooler than the day before, with a low of 54. 15-mile-per-hour northeasterly winds, and then there's a 0% chance of rain throughout the entire day. And then the sunset will be at 7:30. On Thursday, March 30th, you'll have a high of 75 with a low of 67. 15-mile-per-hour southeasterly winds, 0% precipitation, and the sunset will be at 7:30. Friday, March 31st, there'll be a high of 81 degrees, so a little bit warmer than the previous days, with a low of 66. There's a slight increase in wind, 20-mile-per-hour southerly winds with no chance of rain throughout the entire day. And then at 7:31 p.m., that is when the sun will set. And then for Saturday, April 1st, there's a high of 82, so slightly warmer than the day before, and then there's a low of 62. Drastic drop in winds with 10 miles per hour westerly winds. and then there's a 20% chance of rain for the entire day, with sunset being at 7:31 p.m. And that is your forecast.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. The students participate in some weather forecasts. I just wanted them to get a taste of how this would look like, maybe just a basic idea of what broadcast meteorology might look like. It's not as easy as people say it is. So, and I'm just saying that for all the actual broadcast meteorologists out there, but that's the opportunity that they got to take. And if you'd like to leave some feedback, as a reminder, that form is in the description below, and I would encourage you to fill that out. That way the students have some feedback that they can take away with them to possibly benefit them later on in the future. A couple of those students are quite fascinated by the whole concept of meteorology, so hopefully that will be beneficial to them. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all quite frequently over the next couple of days with the upcoming severe weather event.